Hello, this is Frank Allen of Davis High School. This is a lesson from Unit 4 of the bonding unit, Unit 4. This is Part 2 of Lewis structures. Part 1, we talked about what a Lewis structure is, what it shows us, and did a couple of examples. In this session, we're going to keep doing some more examples, a review of the rules. We have to determine the number of valence electrons. That's the group number. I don't know why I have group 8 there. Group number. Everybody wants 8 around them except hydrogen, and we're trying to end with the valence electrons we determined, so we may have to create double and triple bonds to get to the valence electrons. So we're going to start off with the nitrogen molecule, and nitrogen is in group 5. There's 2 atoms, so our final structure has to show 10 valence electrons. So we're going to sort of give it a skeleton where we have the 1 bond and we give everything an octet. That's our goal. Everybody wants 8. But we can only show 10 valence electrons, and right now we're showing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So if you're showing too many valence electrons to begin with, you create additional bonds, more sharing, and then you have to erase a pair of electrons from each atom that the bond connects. It doesn't matter if we erase the top ones or the bottom ones. They don't have to be the same. We could erase the bottom here and the top on that. And then you count the electrons again, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Now, although this one does have 8 around it, and this one does have 8 around it, we're showing 12 electrons, and we're only supposed to show 10, so we're going to put another one. And in order to obey the octet rule, this would be 10 electrons. We erase a pair from each atom that it connects. So this atom has 8 electrons around it, and that atom has 8 electrons around it, and you're showing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 electrons, which is what we're supposed to show. N2O. Determine the number of valence electrons. Nitrogen's in group 5, so the 2 nitrogen atoms will contribute 10 valence electrons. Oxygen's in group 6, so that's going to be 16 valence electrons. And in this case, a nitrogen usually goes in the middle. I'm just going to go ahead and put an oxygen in the middle. I understand, we're not trying to be too precise. We just want to get the big picture, and to simplify it, when you have 2 atoms in one atom, the one atom is going to go in the middle. So we make our skeleton structure connected, give everything an octet, including the central atom. This has 8 electrons around it. We don't put anything on the sides because you've already got 2 electrons here and 2 electrons here. And so we're going to count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. We want to show 16, so we have too many electrons. So we're going to put a bond there, and we're going to erase. Notice that we did not erase here because we did not add a bond here. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. And so we're going to draw that bond. We could have put a triple bond here, but we like to keep it simple and symmetrical, and so we're going to erase there. You do not erase anything unless you put an extra bond between 2 atoms. Now we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and this is the correct structure for N2O. Now HCN. Everybody wants an octet except hydrogen. It only wants 2. So hydrogen can never have 2 lines around it. This would be 4 electrons around it. Hydrogen cannot have 2 bonds to it. That would be 4 electrons around it. Hydrogen can only have 1 bond to it, and that's it. No more than 1 bond. So hydrogen is in group 1. Carbon is in group 4. Nitrogen is in group 5. That's a total of 10 valence electrons. And carbon goes in the middle. So our skeleton structure, give everybody an octet except hydrogen. It only wants 2. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So we're showing 14 electrons, but we're only supposed to show 10. But we have to keep in mind that everybody wants 8. except hydrogen. So we've given this one 8, we've given this one 8, but we still have too many electrons, so we need to do more sharing. So we put a bond here. We cannot put a bond right here because hydrogen only wants 2. And then we're going to erase a pair from each atom. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Still have 2 too many. Draw your bond. Do not erase any electrons until you put an extra bond. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Carbon has 8 around it, nitrogen has 8 around it, and hydrogen has 2 around it, so it is happy and correct. The hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen's in group 1. There's 2 of them, so we need to show 2 valence electrons. That's it. We're done. Water. 2 hydrogens. Oxygen's in group 6. So that's 8 valence electrons we have to show. Skeleton structure. Give everybody an octet. Hydrogen only wants 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. We're done. Sometimes you're going to have the correct number of valence electrons when you draw the skeleton structure to begin with. That concludes our 2 videos over Lewis structures. If you have any additional problems, you can Google it, look up some more problems, or come in and ask me some more questions.